You are listening to episode 31 of the 3 Count Podcast, the podcast which covers the week's events in the world of wrestling. So let's get started.
This is the 3 Count Podcast with your hosts, Aaron Phelan, Adam Barlow, and Michael Titley.
Hey everybody, Aaron Phelan here, today with Adam Barlow.
What's happening?
Welcome to the 3 Count Podcast. This is your first time listening, then thanks for coming. 3 Count Podcast is produced every week for your enjoyment and our amusement, so let's get into the show that should be happening Tuesday, but it's happening today instead.
With a completely different topic to what it should have been on Tuesday.
Yeah, that as well. You know what, this is pretty fun though. We get to talk about something really, really good for once, which is
It's true.
kind of a change from the usual cycle.
Hence the reason Mike's not here, because the programme was actually good. So
yeah, whenever the programme's good, Mike doesn't watch for some strange reason, but who knows? It's Mike. It's Mike. So yeah, let's kick off. We got straight into the Dusty Rhodes tournament. I was really hyped for this one. We had some good matches planned for the semi-finals. We kicked off with Balor and Joe going up against Dawson and Wilder. Is it Wilder? Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Wilder, yeah.
Mechanics, is it they go by?
I don't know, because I'm not going to lie. The first two matches were kind of sucked out for me because I never actually watched the entire tournament.
Oh, right, so you didn't get to see it. Right, oh.
No, so I actually didn't know who had. I was aware of the tournament, but I didn't know who had qualified, so it was kind of a surprise for me.
Right,
I was hoping Enzo and Cass would be in it. I don't know what happened to them.
Yeah, I was surprised. I think it was actually... No, it wasn't Dawson and Wilder. Dawson and Wilder eliminated four villains. Who was it? I think it was Rhino and Baron Corbin that eliminated Enzo and Cass, but I'm not too sure.
It made sense to have an actual tag team in the finals. That was my only gripe.
Yeah, I was going to get to this one later. It would make more sense to have, like you say, an original tag team, a proper tag team, so to speak, in the finals.
At least one.
Yeah, but obviously we didn't get that. Of course, we had Balor and Joe going over Dawson and Wilder in this one. Incredible match to kick off the show, really. It was Edge and Christian on the Stone Cold podcast that kind of brought it to my attention with Dawson and Wilder, really. How damn good they are as like an old school tag team. Like, you watch all the little things they do in the ring, and it's pretty crazy, really, to see. Like, they keep the opponent in the corner all the time. Or at least on their half of the ring. They're always making quick tags. They've got a lot of tag team moves. They're always holding the rope in the corner, which a lot of wrestlers like don't remember to do in tag matches. It's just pretty crazy to see like the psychology of how well them two work together, and they're a real throwback team. So I'm becoming quite a big fan of them. They had a great showing in this one. I kind of was pulling for them. Kind of for the same reason like you said, you'd kind of expect an original tag team to qualify in this one, but they didn't. Did you enjoy the match though?
Thought it was really good, yeah. I enjoyed it.
It was
great way to kick off the show.
Really was. I'm looking forward to see what Dawson and Wilder do in the future. They definitely had a great showing, so hopefully they stick around as a prominent team in NXT. Let's just hope. So yeah, we kind of moved straight into the next semi-final match, didn't we, in the tournament? We was up next with Corbin and Rhino taking on Jordan and Gable, and I mean, wow, in some ways this was kind of match of the night. In some ways, I mean,
I can see what you mean by that. Gable, that guy is.
It's incredible. I love the Gable chants along to Kurt Angle's theme.
I had a feeling that was what it was meant to be, but I didn't want to be over optimistic about that. But yeah,
that's a pretty big honour to get that sort of chant, to be honest. Yeah, but I think both of them are excellent. I think Gable's kind of going to take off more because I think charisma-wise, he's kind of a bit ahead of Jason Jordan in that sense, but I mean, they're an absolutely fantastic team. I don't want to see them like split up or anything anytime soon. I mean, I know they've all just kind of got together as such, but Yeah, they
It
are
works.
fantastic. Yeah, it really does work. They really kind of got themselves over last night. So yeah, I can't wait to see more from them. I was surprised to see Corbin and Rhino get the win. Can't say I was too happy with them getting the win. I would have much preferred JJ and Gable to get the win, but
JJ.
JJ, it's easier to say.
Oh, you've come up with a little cutesy name for him.
Oh yeah, yeah. So, so yeah, what did you think of Corbin and Rhino in this match and getting the win?
Well, you know me, I'm quite biased for the long-haired folk of the NXT roster, but no, to be fair, I'd have preferred the Gable and Jordan to win as well because going back to what I was saying before, like I think this was like the only proper tag team that was involved in a tournament. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like
Well,
it's
yeah.
a team that had been together for a relatively
Yeah, true.
periodic amount of time.
I suppose Dawson and Wilder have been together for quite a while now. It's just that they've not really been featured
Been involved in
prominently
much.
on TV, but on
Yeah.
like the house show circuits for NXT, they've been together for quite a while. But yeah, definitely do get your point.
And not to mention it was just an odd combination because like Baron Corbin's meant to be the lone wolf, and
Yeah.
it didn't really make sense.
No, not really. I suppose it makes sense when we come to the main event. The finals of the tournament. I mean, but I don't know. Still, it would have been nice to have, like you say.
Even then, like, I know it would have been face versus face, but even then they would have put on a classic, I reckon.
Yeah, definitely. I think the quality of the match would have been better than the quality of match that they had. But in saying that, Baron Corbin has damn well improved a lot over the past few weeks. I mean, last night I would say probably his best performance to date. Would you say? I don't know.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
He was excellent. I mean, that transition at the finish as well was really smooth
That
into
was
the end of days.
really
That
good,
was
yeah.
amazing. Like it did have me backing out a bit, but still, I was a bit gutted that they did get the win. But yeah, like you say, odd pairing. It was odd for them to get to the finals. It would have been nice for a proper, so to speak, team get to the finals. But it was what it was. Fantastic match from these. So yeah, we'll talk about the finals a bit later. But I think we have Asuka's debut next? I think.
Is that how it's pronounced? Asuka? Because I was saying Asuka.
Yeah, I was saying Asuka until I've realised that they keep saying Asuka, so it's like, oh, it must be some sort of silent U or whatever, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Pretty cool name. Pretty badass entrance from her, I'd say, as well. That theme was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Dana Brooke as well looks really impressive in this match.
I love how Emma was she's come up with her own little Dana Brooke like pose.
Yes, sort of like
hers looks better because it's not awkwardly stroking her own pit.
Stroking herself. Yeah, Emma's really awesome. I think it's been a good thing for us to go back down to NXT and sort of develop this little thing alongside Dana Brooke. I think it's done wonders for both of them, teaming them up, really. I think they've both kind of bounced off each other well with this little teaming. But yeah, Dana Brooke was really impressive in this one. I mean, it's kind of proof that developmental system works, really, considering how far she's come along from when she first debuted. I mean, I think us two was sat on this podcast a couple of months back, 3-4
We sure
months
were.
ago, saying...
We were not impressed.
Yeah, exactly. And last night was much like Corbin, her best performance, I think, arguably to date. She was really great. A lot of Asuka's moves was amazing, and they wouldn't have looked half as amazing if it wasn't for Dana's great job of selling it and keeping up with kind of the fast pace. She's got a really impressive moveset, Asuka, as well, hasn't she? Like, her submission work is fantastic. Her strikes look great.
That finishing submission was dope, man.
Yeah, it looked really brutal, didn't it?
Was it like a chicken wing crossed with a
like
some
a
kind
cross-faced chicken wing sort of thing, wasn't it?
Like the leg lock, scissor lock, that was it.
Yeah. It was great. I can't remember the last time anyone kind of used a cross-faced chicken wing sort of submission as the finisher. It's probably... I don't know, Bob Backlund days or something. I don't know. It was
Yeah, I just love submissions that sort of cross with other submissions and they make one new one.
Yeah. It looks really effective, doesn't it? It's really great, and it's kind of the creativeness of the wrestler as well to be able to pull that off. But yeah, Asuka was really impressive in her debut. I haven't really seen anything from her beforehand in Japan or anything. I wasn't really familiar with her work as Kana, so yeah, it was a great debut from her. I really enjoyed watching it. Can't wait to see more from her, especially the potential matches she can have with people like Bailey and Sasha and them sort of people down the line.
Yeah, definitely.
Some great stuff in store. I think an NXT Women's title is definitely kind of going to be coming her way at some point in the future.
It's on the cards.
It is, and I can't wait. So yeah, should we move on? Is there anything else you want to add about Asuka's debut? We kind of got the awesome little bit after the match. Was it after the match with Emma, where
the little stare down.
Yeah, the little stare down. I'd like to see a little Emma feud with her. I think that possibly could be a fill-in before the next takeover.
Anything involving Emma, I'm down for it.
Definitely. So that should be good to see. So yeah, let's move on to Apollo Crews and Tyler Breeze. Apollo Crews is pretty great. I think that was probably his best showing as well today. I mean, not that he was ever in doubt how good Apollo is. Obviously, with his big reputation on the Indies before he got signed.
PC Dub.
Yeah, I still can't get over that. How we saw the general manager from PCW sat ringside at
That was pretty cool, yeah.
Takeover Brooklyn. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, Apollo's great. I definitely think he's a future champion in NXT and probably even on the main roster. He could be the first black WWE champion. Definitely seems like he has potential to go that far.
What did Triple H say when he was asked? I believe one of the commentators said something.
Something along the lines of him saying that he thinks he will be an NXT champion, was it, or something in the future, something along those lines.
Like
yeah, so I think that's definitely on the cards for Apollo. I see he's kind of still sort of adapting to the WWE style. I think he seems to get it a lot more in this match than he has done in his previous matches. But then again, he had Tyler Breeze to work with, who we all know how fantastic Tyler Breeze is.
Fantastic. Shout out to his latest seasonal residential home in Monaco.
Monaco, yeah. It still concerns me slightly how Tyler's going to come across on the main roster. I'm really kind of worried about how that's going to happen because he's been stuck down in NXT for a while. So it is a worry. Hopefully he does well when he moves up to the main roster.
It's going to be one of those gimmicks that'll either hit or miss.
Yeah, exactly. And knowing WWE's booking on main
roster, it's like Adam
is...
Rose. That was a hit on the NXT roster and it moved up. But like as you just said there, as you're about to say, it is also down to booking.
I think that's the majority of the thing, really. It's the way people are booked. Like you can have something that works really well in the confinement of NXT, but then you've kind of got to scale that to a larger audience. And I think as long as you book it right, the gimmick should be fine. It's just down to the writing and what they do with the character, really. Which seems to be the thing that they kind of struggle with a lot on the main roster, which is strange considering how well they used to do with creative and how well NXT is doing with creative. It's kind of mind-boggling, really. But yeah, good showing from both these guys. Of course, Crews gets the win with his new finisher.
Was that the first time he's used that? Because this is the first match I've seen of his
since Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, yeah.
Yeah, that's the first time he's used it.
I was hoping for a new finisher because I do like that sort of rolling splash. What do you call it? Flip splash, whatever. But
flip splash.
No, I was flip splash. Yes, the flip splash. But I was also hoping for something a bit more impactful as well.
Yeah, definitely. it's kind of, I think it was needed really. It's like you say, you needed something a lot more impactful. You can't really see it believable as a finisher for him to pin someone like John Cena. So I think this new finisher is definitely going to help with that. Whether he can pull that move off on someone the size of like John Cena is, well, remains to be seen. But he is a kind of a jacked up guy, so I
He
wouldn't
is,
probably
yeah.
put it past him. So
I'd say
yeah,
he could.
go on.
I'll say I think he could. I think he could do that.
Yeah, mostly probably could do. Wonder what he'll name it. I saw someone come up with a good name. Cruise Control would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, I like that.
It'd be good if maybe this wasn't his only finisher as well. I mean, I know we don't really get that in current WWE, but I always enjoy when I see wrestlers that have like several different finishers that can end a match. I think that's
Keep people on the toes.
yeah, it keeps things fresh. Like you're not, you don't see the move and think, "Oh right, the match is ending here." There's always a different possibility of a different move ending it, and I prefer that to
Yeah.
kind of the way it is nowadays. But if it isn't, I'm still happy with that finisher. It's a great finisher, so we'll see what he does going forward. So yeah, next we had the finals of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. I've got to say, I was kind of a bit down on this after I was a bit disappointed that the two teams I wanted to win didn't end up winning. But nonetheless, it was still enjoyable. I was still, I had faith in that the right thing was kind of going to happen because everything seems to be booked so well in NXT anyway. The match was, it was decent.
Yeah.
Wasn't
I love how Finn was still selling his leg injury from earlier on.
Yeah, well, this is an interesting thing, really, isn't it? Why did they decide to do this, do you think? Do you think it was to make it less, obvious that Finn and Joe was going to win, do you think? Or, I don't know, because obviously it didn't really come into play in the finish or anything, did it? They won. Balor was able to hit the coup de grace and get the pin, so I thought maybe it was a device sort of used to cost them the match. So I think, but obviously it wasn't done for that. So
Yeah.
what
I think it
do you think the reason was?
might be just more just to show the effect of a match of like a tournament like style matchup.
Yeah,
Like how injuries will carry over when you're competing in more than one match in a night.
true. Yeah. I suppose that was probably the thing as well as kind of showing that Balor had the heart that deserved him the win with Joe in the tournament. Yeah, it was a pretty decent match. I was glad with the outcome. I think that makes more sense than Baron Corbin and Rhino winning. And I think this win from these two is probably going to set up a match with one of them turning on the other or something. I think we did get announced actually afterwards in an interview that they're doing a battle royal for number one contendership, and
That's right, yeah.
yeah, Joe kind of stated I think that he was it did you get to see the interview actually? Or,
Yeah.
So what happened? So I've not actually seen it properly.
He just basically said to Regal that, with all due respect, but he feels like he should be getting a shot at the title because he's undefeated and all that. And Regal just said, well, yeah, but with all the hype of this tag team tournament we've had going on, we've sort of lost scope of who is the number one contender. So that's the reason for the Battle Royal.
Oh, nice.
And then they had like a little stare down and, yeah.
That's a pretty cool way to book it. I think Joe probably will win it.
It certainly looks that way.
It seems like that's what they're building to. I think that's why they kind of had them winning as well. I think possibly this could be a sort of yearly tradition sort of thing as well, this tournament. So maybe it was giving them the win to kind of legitimise it sort of thing, to have a big name winning it, for the first time. Maybe that was the thing that came into play. I suppose there's a lot of reasons why they may have gone with Balor and Joe to win instead of, like, say, an established team, but who knows. We got the pretty cool moment afterwards of the Rhodes family in the ring presenting the trophy, and
Yeah, that was good.
yeah, we got Cody out of the Stardust character for the first time in, well, a long time, about a year or more. So that was cool.
His wife.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't think they was going to bring her in the ring at first. I thought she was just going to stay on the outside, but then she came in, didn't she? So that was pretty special. So yeah, that was a great kind of feel good moment. Pretty good stuff there. I still would have preferred, like we say, a proper sort of tag team to win, but it's not the end of the world.
Nah.
So shall we go on to main event?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
The history-making main event.
History making. I mean, it felt so special building up to it. I mean, they had the amazing hype package beforehand.
I love the new entry. Well, I'll say new. They've been doing it a while now on NXT, but the whole
backstage.
The backstage walking with the steel cage, lowering music.
It's so great. It like reminds me of when they used to do it for like Stone Cold versus The Rock at WrestleMania or something. It was like it felt really special. Really, really great. I enjoy when they do that. It was kind of good to see both their reactions as well backstage. You could see there was both kind of upset sort of thing at the magnitude of the situation, how like important this was, and I think with Sasha it probably being her last night on NXT as well, that was probably a bit upsetting for her. So we had the awesome hype package that was kind of similar to the sort of Brett and Shawn building up to the Ironman match package. And we had, of course, Charlotte and Becky and Stephanie and Lita sat ringside watching. So I imagine that was a lot of kind of pressure having them sat ringside.
A bit of pressure.
A bit of pressure. The match kind of kicked off. Crowd was pretty awesome in this one in playing their role, making it feel sort of a special moment.
That crowd is like a family. Like, it's the same faces every time, and that's part of what I enjoy about the NXT products in general. Fans really appreciate what they're getting.
It's strange what they've been able to create with NXT. It's really, really strange how it's like you say, it's sort of a little family sort of thing. It's a collection of diehard people that love the product, passionate about it. I mean, it's very similar to what ECW was back in the 90s. It's crazy to see the little community they've got NXT. Well, it's not even a little community anymore, is it?
No, is it?
It's definitely not a little community, even so far for them to put NXT tickets in travel packages for WrestleMania this year. So that goes to show the success of the product, really. So yeah, like I say, the crowd played a big part in it, making it feel special. The match got into its first 10 minutes, which was kind of, I'd say, them feeling each other out, playing up to the crowd, sort of setting the tone for the match.
Set the pace and all that.
Yeah, definitely. Did we get any pinfalls within the first 10 minutes, or did they all come afterwards?
The first one was a roll-up on it.
Yeah, the first one was the thumb to the eyes by Sasha.
Yeah.
That was a really great way to get the first pinfall, I think. It played out well. That was good heel tactics for Sasha to kind of get that bit heel heat sort of thing, considering...
I know, because it got lost, didn't it?
Yeah, because both of them kind of came out to face reactions, didn't they? And I think that was always inevitable due to, like you say, the magnitude, the history of the occasion. I think they was both always going to get that positive reaction, so that was a good way to kind of play the heel tactics. Then, of course, the heel tactics really came into sort of fruition later on. Stealing Izzy's headband.
It was. I thought it was really effective as well. And the crowd. You see, I was worried about how the crowd would react to it, but like we were saying before, it's the NXT crowd. It's a really mature. Really, what's the word? Respectful crowd.
Respectful, yeah.
Yeah.
But they can be at times a little, I don't know, obnoxious as such, but they have their moments. But like I say, on the whole, they are a really respectful, great crowd. That's what makes part of NXT great, really.
And she being Izzy, played up to it really well as well. Crying and all that.
Yeah, she got really upset about it all, didn't she?
Do you think that was genuine, or do you think it was?
I do think it's genuine. I mean, it's hard to kind of instruct sort of a little girl to play up to it really.
Yeah.
So yeah, so yeah, I think it was genuine.
Yeah, probably.
So so yeah, the match goes on. There's a lot of interaction on the outside. We had the crowd kind of chanting for Izzy to slap Sasha, but I
Is
don't
that
know.
what they were saying?
Yeah, they were saying slap her Izzy or something. I
I
was
thought it
really
was.
not.
I thought it was Bailey slap her or something like that.
No, they was chanting like Izzy slap her, but I don't know. I wasn't feeling that. It was like you don't want to encourage little girls to go and slap someone. So
Were you not about that? No.
no, I didn't think it was right really, but I don't
What?
know. Maybe
No,
that's
you're not about that behaviour, are you?
not for little kids to go slapping other people. I don't think it's a good thing to encourage
not.
really, but whatever. So yeah, that was the cool little stuff. Like I said, we got a lot of interaction on the outside around Izzy. Obviously, then we got the count out after Bailey got sort of rammed into the LED board. That was another
I thought Stella
pinfall.
McGraw was coming out at that point.
It makes me laugh when they do that with the little glitchy effect on the LED boards. They've done that quite a few times, haven't they, on NXT?
Yeah.
It just always makes me laugh when they do it. It's like when they did the exploding monitor on that TLC last year with Brain.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like as if a monitor would cause a big explosion like that just for having its cable ripped out the back of it. But, whatever. So yeah, I was kind of expecting the whole thing was going to end in a draw, really, and it was going to go into overtime.
Overtime.
But obviously it didn't. We got into kind of the closing stages of the match. Correct me if I'm missing anything kind of important out before the end of the match. Obviously we got a couple more pinfalls, but I don't think there was anything significant to talk about, was there? We kind of got to the end. The story was kind of great, what they was telling. It was sort of Bailey trying to out sort of smart Sasha with their own moves and sort of things. I thought it played out great. Obviously, we got to the end. There was both on 2 each, I think it was, wasn't it? We had Sasha with the submission on Bailey. It really kind of seemed like Bailey was going to tap out. I was like, sure, they're not going to have Sasha win. I would have been really surprised.
Yeah.
Of course, that didn't happen. Bailey ended up countering it into a really nasty looking submission. It was a really great submission. That not really a face submission, especially with holding both arms and then kicking her in the head. But
I think it's shown the desperation.
yeah, I was gonna say, but kind of made sense because it, like say, it's shown the desperation. So that was great. Overall, I just thought it was a really fantastic match. Of course, Bailey gets the win in the last few seconds. Went up 3-2, then the bell kind of rang to end the match. I just thought it was really, really well done. Would you say it was better than the Brooklyn match?
Overall, yeah.
Mm.
I think the other match was better in terms of quality, but I think
Yeah.
just the history of this match, the pressure that was on, just the whole atmosphere of it just made it better, because that's
I think the
part of what,
psychology as well was
yeah.
probably better. But yeah, go on. What was
I was going to say, obviously, big part of what makes a match great is the quality of it, but then obviously another big part is the what's behind it, the
story,
everything that builds up to it.
Yeah, definitely is.
And I think that played a really big part in this one, no doubt.
It really did, and you could see it was kind of an emotional event for both of them. Of course, after the match, we got Sasha kind of breaking down at the top of the ramp. Was it Triple H and Lita, or was it Steph? I'm not sure who was picking up Sasha. She was on her knees,
I don't know. Steph did it. I don't know who the other one was.
Was it? It wasn't Sarah Del Rey, was it? The trainer? Was it? I don't know. Might have been. I can't remember. It's possible. Saw Regal was kind of shedding a tear as well. That was nice. But Bless him. Our Regal.
Little Regal.
But yeah, that was pretty great. The whole thing was kind of special. They brought out the flowers as well. A pretty cool thing as well. I don't know if you heard. Apparently, Sasha gave the flowers to Izzy after the match. So that kind of adds to the thing that I don't think Izzy was in on it. Really, I think it was kind of Sasha's way of making her up to her sort of thing. So that's great.
Yeah.
I imagine Izzy was a bit confused by that though, because I'm sure she'll probably still believe in like kayfabe. So I bet she was like, "Why is Sasha giving me flowers?" But
It's just this madness.
this is madness. But yeah, it was awesome match, awesome moment, history making.
Was that Bailey's dad that she was stood next to?
This is what I wasn't sure on, because they shown Bailey's dad in the hype package, and I thought he looked different. I thought it was Izzy's dad, but I don't know.
Yeah, because like they were like, oh, Bailey's dad parents are in the crowd, and then they zoomed in on that guy that was stood next to Izzy, and it was like, oh, there he is. I don't know if...
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he was. I mean, she did go and hug him, didn't she? So maybe if it was Izzy's dad, I don't know. Would she go and hug him? I don't know. But yeah, it was an amazing match, a special occasion. Only 10 ever Ironman matches in WWE, and one of them was in NXT with the women, making history. So that's pretty crazy. Fantastic stuff. It's kind of a shame that we probably won't be seeing Sasha again on NXT.
Let's just hope bigger and better things on the main roster.
We can only hope at this point. I mean, it doesn't seem like anything's really changing, which is a damn shame.
They're acknowledging it over there. The commentators, I mean, they are acknowledging the crowd that's behind her and all that. It's it's always a good thing.
Definitely. So let's just hope it all pans out well on the main roster now. Obviously, we'll have Bailey joining them at some point. I don't think that she's in any rush to go up there, though. I think she's kind of the sort of flag bearer for the division on NXT at the minute. So I think she'll be sticking around for a good long while, at least until after Mania next year. Obviously, we've got all the new women's talent coming in as well. Of course, there's Asuka, Nia Jax. We've got the what are the other two called? The two new women that they've debuted. I think one of them's Australian, and the other anyway.
Them two.
Billy Kay, is it? Billy Kay and whatever the other one's called. But yeah, they seem pretty good. Then of course we've got Alexa and Dana, Emma, and I think Carmella, and to some extent Eva Marie, but whatever you've got to say about her is up for debate. But
I thought you was high on her.
I was when I saw she was training, but then as soon as I saw her come back and start wrestling and realise she's not improved anything,
and she nearly killed Carmella.
She's nearly killing everyone. She forgets to kick out as well, and oh god. But yeah, let's just hope she improves, as she needs to keep up with the crap that's coming through at the minute.
Definitely.
So yeah, overall, another once again amazing takeover event from NXT. We've never had a bad one since. So I can't wait for the next one, which is, of course, Takeover London. Unfortunately, we're not going. Although I still feel the urge that I'm just on the last minute going to buy a ticket and just
you
go
should
on
do,
my own,
man.
but I've got a uni hand in on the same date as well, so that's...
Fuck the uni hand in.
Yeah, so that's kind of
40% is the new 8% or whatever. Whatever the minimum is for second year.
Whatever. Yeah, so we've got that to look forward to. There should be some good matches on that card. And obviously we've got NXT weekly programming to look forward to, which is always great. Did you happen to watch the network special they did on NXT Brooklyn?
The 24?
Yeah.
No, I've not watched it yet.
I won't spoil anything then, but...
Is it good?
It's very good.
Better than Roman Reigns is?
I never watched this, actually.
What are you...
I'm sorry, Adam.
You should watch that tonight.
I was going to say I might do, but let's not lie. I'm not going to. But yeah, it was very good. I would have said you should have watched it before you watched Takeover, actually, because it kind of
gives you an insight.
Yeah, because a lot of it was a big feature. They spent like at least probably 15 minutes something about Bailey and Sasha at NXT and their kind of story from how they was little and stuff. But I won't spoil anything, but it is really heartwarming, touching, so you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
So yeah, great pay-per-view. Next big pay-per-view is Hell in a Cell, so we've got that to look forward to. Of course, we'll be talking about that in more in the weeks coming podcasts.
As long as you don't forget to record it.
Yeah, so I don't know if we got a chance to explain this properly, but there was supposed to be a podcast coming out on Tuesday. We moved over to
the typical Raw review, as we do.
As we do. Me and Mike sat down moaning. No. No, but it was supposed to be out on Tuesday. We've moved over to new software, and yeah, the software... I'm going to blame it on the software. It's not my fault.
The software gone fucked up, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It's not my fault at all, so...
Not your fault. No, it's all right. So say no more. Move on.
Yeah, so be sure to tune in next week for our Raw review. That's Tuesday, hopefully.
Maybe Wednesday. Maybe never.
Maybe Wednesday. Maybe never. We'll see. Yeah, so thanks a lot for listening, guys. Subscribe to us on YouTube and all the usual places. Website is
check out Mike's Vine.
Check out Mike's Vine. He's really proud of his vines he puts up on there.
With the location spelt wrong, but yeah.
I think I corrected that for him, actually.
Oh, good, because that was embarrassing.
Very embarrassing. What was it? Supex City?
Supex City.
Oh, great.
10 out of 10 for originality, though.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, thanks a lot for listening, guys, and catch you next time.
Thank you very much. See ya.
You've been listening to the 3 Count Podcast. Be sure to tune in next week for more weekly wrestling roundup.